everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Games Cage. Today, and only today, we are here to talk about Nintendo, what they've been doing the past week, basically, of how they've been announcing stuff. We'll go through some of these announcements, talk about how their marketing strategy is changing, all this shit. Let's fucking go. So first of all, I want to talk about Nintendo's new marketing strategy, right? It's something that I've kind of observed. God fucking damn it, bro. It's something I've observed over the past year, you know, ever since COVID happened and they've started announcing things differently. You know, it feels like ever since July when Nintendo made that statement saying basically directs might not be around forever and they'd have to find new ways to entice people to understand news and distributing news. We've kind of seen the fruits of that. I mean, we had the Nintendo Partner Showcase drop back in July, and now we've had two of those, right? And those have been kind of third-party showcases that just show smaller games that usually in a Nintendo Direct, people aren't always a fan of. They'll be like, okay, can we get this out the way and get to the big stuff? It's weird, right? It's like they're kind of taking elements and things from Nintendo Directs that people didn't really want. Because when you really think about it, when you think of Nintendo Directs, right, you don't go and sit down and think about like, oh, I love that WWE 2K trailer. Oh, I like the Tatsuno drum kit trailer, right? You think of like, oh shit, they announced the next Smash character. They announced the new Mario game. They announced the new Zelda. Like those are the things that link to your brain. And you almost forget about those other stuff. Now, if you really want those other stuff, you can get those with the Partner Showcase. And I think that's a smart way because no matter what, when people see a thing by Nintendo drop, they're gonna watch it. So it actually entices more people to go into that, watch that, and get interested in those games, as opposed to watching a regular Direct and then being like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go on my phone during this show. So it's something like that where I think it's actually like a key strategy there. Now, also, we have the other thing where now they just announce games a month or two before launch. I mean, this started basically this year, I think, where they announced Pokemon Mystery Dungeons Remake in January, and it came out early March. Then we had it happen with what's called Clubhouse 51 Games, which was announced in March, came out in like first day of June, basically. And then we had that with Paper Mario that was announced in May, came out in July. And then we had that with fucking 3D Mario All-Stars, which we'll get into that stuff. That came up, and now we've got this Hyrule Warriors game announced 2 months before launch. So it's kind of changed my perception on how games should be announced, honestly, because I feel like this leaves, you know, there's two things about this, right? This leaves in some way no room for delay. I mean, what are the odds a game 2 months before release is going to get delayed? The game is pretty much done. They're probably in polishing phases and distribution stuff. So that's almost like, hey, the game's done, here you go. And there's barely any wait for, right? You don't have this 6 to 8 month gap where you're thinking, man, they haven't shown this in a while, or thinking about like, oh man, are things going bad there, or like, when's the next year, It's like, when a game's announced 2 months before launch, you get like the reveal trailer, you get an overview trailer, and like that's it. Then maybe a launch trailer, and that's it. And your hype cycle is contained, it's short, there's not time for people to have these insane expectations. I think it works out for most games other than not, right? I mean, like, there's some games you can get away with like the long 8 to 1 year period of waiting, or even 2 years, like your Breath of the Wilds and your fucking, what's it called, your Metroid Primes or your Bayonettas and stuff like that, but I'd rather not, you know. I would rather the cycle always be 6 months or less now, because this new Nintendo thing, I mean, like, let's talk about the Mario anniversary. 2 weeks before launch, man, we found out about a game, a $60 3-game, like, big release, because again, even though they're ports, they are 3D Marios, all coming in 2 weeks, not even now, it's like 10 days, which is crazy. And it's like, I think that's just genius, man. There's no room for waiting. You are just basically ready for the game. And I think that brings a certain amount of hype. Now, granted, the one thing you do lose is basically the hype of an event, right? Of like waiting for this one event where you're gonna have a bunch of things announced. And I agree with that. Like, I'd rather not always wake up to something announced and then I have to rush to my computer and make sure I don't see anything. There is fun to speculation, to predictions, right? Like, I love right before, like when a Nintendo Direct is announced, when everybody's doing prediction videos and stuff like that, makes me happy. I like predicting with my friends, speculating. It's fun for me. So I think certain things should do that. Like, I don't want to wake up and see, oh, Gino was announced for special, right? What the fuck? No. I like, give me like at least a 1 day heads up, right? Of the, hey, tomorrow we're revealing this thing, get ready. But again, for some things, I think it really does work. So like the Mario Direct has been a massive success. It's got over 8 million views nearly on the Nintendo channel, which is the most viewed Direct ever. So that's crazy. Again, you can just drop stuff and have it have as much impact as possible. Now, granted, in this case, people were starving for a Direct, and obviously it's Mario, it's massive, so it's gonna do well. But either way, crazy stuff there. So yeah, we basically have our fall lineup of games, unless Nintendo's got something else up their sleeve, which I would not be shocked about. But again, I don't think so. I think this is really it. Mario 3D All-Stars launches soon. I'm fucking godly excited for this. You know that. I think again the March limited release thing, I think is really dumb. I really hope. I don't think they're not gonna do this, but I really hope they just release them separately after March, because if they're just gone, that would be fucking weird. Like, that's just like leaving money on the table, and that's why I don't think there's any way they're just gonna leave, because that's just free money. Now, granted, if they remove them, I guess they're like, we just want to make this special thing. So I don't know what the fuck, bro. It's weird. It's dumb. I don't know. I can't sit here. I can sit here and predict things about Nintendo. I can't tell you about why they market things the way they did. They are a random company. They're weird. They're wacky. Again, as soon as everybody starts doing directs, they're like, no. We can't do this anymore, bro. We gotta do things our way, bro. Nah. So it's actually kind of funny. But either way, there's that coming up. I'm so excited. There's Mario 35, October 1st. That's gonna be fun as fuck. It's like this cool mini game, battle royale Mario game. I hope they evolve it over time, because that also dies on March 31st. Maybe they switch it to Mario 235, Mario 3, and other stuff. That would be cool. Please, Nintendo, be cool. And then yesterday, yeah, we had this bombshell that just dropped on us, which was Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which this I could have never predicted, right? I mean, obviously, the Mario remasters had been literally rumored since March, that we had made videos about this and talked about this. But this game, not a single word was said about. No one thought this was coming. No one even thought a Zelda game was coming this year. I mean, maybe people thought Skyward Sword was because of rumors. But yeah, the fact that we're getting a canon Breath of the Wild prequel story in a Hyrule Warriors style, and it looks like the Breath of the Wild engine and everything, that is fucking amazing. I call that a genius surprise. I think that is going to be by far the best-selling Warriors game. I think it's going to do crazy numbers. I mean, Nintendo's pushing this in November. Like, they are putting that in the front of November, and because the casual market, like, we know that this is canon and all this stuff. It's like, casual market will see, wait, this looks like Breath of the Wild. I want to pick that up, right? Obviously, it doesn't have the name Legend of Zelda, but either way, people are going to see that on the shelf. They're going to see that on the internet, because you shouldn't be going to fucking shelf stores and all that stuff all the time, especially during Black Friday when there's going to be 10 million people. I digress. And again, that launches in just 2 months, man. This is going to be, we really went from having Pikmin 3 Deluxe in just October and be like, okay, to now having a September game for Mario, the Pikmin 3 in October, and then in November, Zelda. Then we have also Mario 35 in October, and I'm sure we're gonna get some more DLC for stuff. So I really do think the narrative on Nintendo had a bad year, I think is lost. I don't think that's true at all. I think they did have a weird marketing year, but again, I kind of give everybody a pass on this. I give PlayStation a pass because they had an event in June and then dipped. We haven't seen them really since then. Xbox took their time to announce some. Nintendo. It's like, I just think this year, because of COVID, I kind of give every company a little pass, because I don't know what's going on internally. Things are annoying. Things are fucked up. You got to adapt to working from home. It seemed like Japan was affected especially the most, which is where Nintendo mainly operates. I mean, that's why Square Enix had made a statement like, oh, you'll see more on our games in July and August, and now we're in September, and obviously TGS is going to be big. Oh, and speaking of TGS, that's also when we're going to be getting the next update on Hyrule Warriors, which is going to be really cool. And also, Eiji Onuma said we're not going to have to wait too much longer for Breath of the Wild 2 info, so I'm thinking like early next year we're going to see that game, or maybe Game Awards. I mean, they have a history of showing Breath of the Wild at Game Awards, so I really pray, please. Now, do I think we're gonna get a Nintendo Direct, like a regular Nintendo Direct? I think so. I think there are still announcements to make for stuff coming next year. I mean, I know we have Mario 3D World in February, which looks fucking sick. I cannot wait for that game. Fantastic game. Too many people missed out on it on Wii U. Really good, great stuff, and now it's gonna have online co-op, baby. Let's go. But yeah, I do think there will be some kind of Direct in there to kind of give us an idea of 2021. I think our lineup for this year is locked, other than DLC stuff, right? I think Animal Crossing will continue to get DLC. I think we will get at least one more Smash character. Oh, and also Mario Kart 2 I downloaded. And yes, I did get the SNES Mario. And yes, I did spend some money. I don't want to talk about it. And I think we're still going to have regular partner showcase. I mean, I'm expecting a partner showcase during TGS. So that week of the 26th, we're probably going to get one. They're probably going to announce that very, very heavily rumored Monster Hunter game on Switch that I've seen this rumor pop up multiple times now, and it feels like this is going to be the big thing they showcase either at a partner showcase that week. Because why would they, like, they're doing a Hyrule Warriors update on that week, and this Monster Hunter thing is going to be announced in like 2 weeks. So get ready, get hyped for that. But yeah, I mean, if you look entirely at Nintendo's lineup this year, right, we had Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Animal Crossing New Horizons, which is by far the biggest game this year, Clubhouse 51 games, Mario Origami King, Mario 3D All-Stars, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, Hyrule Warriors, and continued DLC for Pokemon Smash and Animal Crossing. So when you look at that lineup, again, I'm not saying this is the fucking end-all be-all. Yes, some of them are ports. Yes, some of them are AA Smart Scare, but that is a great schedule for a year. I mean, it's certainly better than 2018, which other than Smash, which was godly, we had Pokemon Let's Go, Mario Tennis, Octopath, DK Tropical Freeze, and Captain Toad. Like, that really was 2018. So I really do think, honest to God, and Mario Party we had in 2018. I really do think this year's lineup is way better for me personally. Again, I don't think you're supposed to love every single first-party game that comes out of a company every year. I mean, I think if you end up loving 2 to 3 first-party games and they end up being for you and they resonate for you, that's enough. It's the same, that applies to conferences and everything. If there's 2 to 3 things that resonate with you, that's enough, because there's 2 to 3 other things that resonate with us. Like, someone in this list favorite 3 games this year are going to be Hyrule Warriors, Pikmin 3, and Animal Crossing. Someone else is going to be Clubhouse, Paper Mario, and Tokyo Mirage. Someone else is going to be Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Smash DLC, and Mario 3D All-Stars. You know what I mean? Like, it's like not everyone's gonna love every single one of these, because that would just be wild. I mean, you'd have to be really into everything and all that stuff. They're aiming to kind of give something to everybody, and I think this list of games has something for everyone. And I also think people forget that you have to understand with the Wii U ports, those are like new releases to Nintendo. Like, the Wii U was so dead and so fucking gone and no one cared about it, that when a Wii U port is coming to Switch, whether it's 3D World or whatever the fuck else, that is like technically a new release for them, because they are basically seeing these massive sales that you would not naturally see from a port. So yeah, either way, honestly, if this is the lineup for the year, including some more DLC we're getting, I think Nintendo's 2020 is kind of clean. I would use that though. I'd say it's kind of clean. There's some awesome stuff. All I care about is the fucking 3D All-Stars and Zelda now. Obviously, that's a big deal for me. The fact that it's gonna be like an important story and all that shit. I can't fucking wait to see how that unfolds. But man, 3D Mario All-Stars, 10 days. Anyways, I'm fucking excited. Let me know which of these games have been your favorites so far. What are you expecting for the rest of the year? Do you expect any surprise drop? I mean, we could see a couple more third parties. We've had also indies everywhere, and it's just been a fucking fun ride. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more. Peace the fuck out. I love you.